Can you speak a bit about stocking rates? Because it's 220 for most of the country at the moment, 250 in some small areas. But where is that going over the next 3 years? Is that 220 for most people going to stay there for the time being?
So look, we're in a process here that isn't completed yet. The next stage of this process is that the technical committee in Brussels for nitrates meets on the 9th of December. What I was able to confirm this week is that Commissioner Roswell has agreed, after really lengthy negotiations with her, to a set of proposals that I could agree to, that I think is the best possible outcome we can get for farming and for our agriculture sector and for water quality and for our environment and our habitats as well. And that's a proposal that has gone to that committee. And what I can say is that involves an extension of our derogation for 3 years, subject to certain conditionality. I will be able to be more open with people on that conditionality after the 9th of December, and even obviously I have to brief cabinet colleagues, which I haven't got to do yet, on that measure. This has been a really sensitive process. It's been a lengthy process. It's been one that I've had opportunities to make an agreement earlier that I wasn't willing to do because the conditionality wasn't something that I was willing to accept. So I'm afraid I can't give all that detail out now. I do have a process to go through, and farm organisations, industry have been really responsible in their engagement on this, and they're due to be properly briefed on this as well.
From the 1st of January, if we do get the derogation, how quickly would that conditionality come into effect?
Like, as of now, we don't have a derogation on the 1st of January. So what we are looking to do is to have an extension of the derogation beyond the end of this year, subject to certain conditionality. That new conditionality will be in place from the 1st of January.
And just on a separate topic, just on the EU-Mercosur Trade Agreement, it's been your position and the government's position all along that there's issues with this agreement, and you work with other countries that are similarly minded. But is the appetite to do that still there now, coming so close to probably ratification of the trade deal?
I've never stopped doing that. My most recent meeting of the Agri-Fish Council was on the 17th of November, just gone in Brussels, and I met with my Italian counterpart, my French counterpart. I know my colleagues at the Agri-Fish Council, whose countries are most concerned and opposed and have been previously to Mercosur. I continue to engage with them. I've had bilateral meetings in recent months with my colleagues from Poland, from Austria, from Latvia and beyond. So continue to talk to those countries, obviously explaining what our priorities are around CAP as well, because we'll have the presidency of the EU next year, and that's a really important element. But then beyond that, it's about explaining our sensitivities around our beef trade and our concerns around that Mercosur beef deal. I've made the point here at ICMSA AGM in my address of what it takes to stop this, which it takes at least 4 member states. It takes a blocking minority of at least 35% of the population of the EU. That's a really high bar to reach, and to reach that you would need countries with a very large population to oppose this, and it's continuing to work with countries who were in a position of opposition and who had great concerns around this deal, to continue to engage with them in a united way in the coming weeks.